What's up, minions? Lex DeVille here, and on this channel, today we have a new mission. That mission is to escape crisis prison and build a freelance empire, or an evil empire, whatever you prefer to call it. And in this video, we're going to start to talk about that new mission, because a lot of you have recently gotten out of corporate prison just within the last few weeks, so we don't really need to keep going on about that, beating that old drum all the time. Right now, we have a new mission. In this video, we're going to talk about how to survive as a freelancer in crisis, in a time of crisis. If you are a freelancer and you're trying to figure this out, maybe you're brand new, or you are somebody who is already freelancing, but you're struggling for one reason or another. Clients have dropped off, they've disappeared, they've stopped payments, you have limited income systems, different things like that. We need to address these issues. So in order to make that happen, we're going to form a new playlist on the channel. It's going to be all about freelance survival, different things that you can do that are going to help you survive, not just in a time of crisis, but in general. We don't just want to survive, we want to thrive, we want to do better, we want to grow. So that's what this is about. But this first video is about how to survive as a freelancer in a time of crisis. So let's get to it. Hey minions, if you're new to the channel and you like what I have to say, then be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss a video. Only do this if you like what I have to say and if you want to hear more about freelancing, entrepreneurship, and personal world domination. Alright, so this video is all about how to survive as a freelancer in a time of crisis. I've got 7 tips, and before we get into those, I want to mention something that's going to be coming to fruition shortly. I've put some new systems in place. I'll talk about those on the channel when I do a review or something soon. But put some new systems in place within my website that are going to allow me to bring my courses and some of my training back under my control a bit more. So to that end, we're going to be opening up the Heathens group shortly, soon. And there's going to be a wait list down below if you guys are interested in the Heathens. If you don't know about that, that is my old high-ticket group. It's not going to be like super high-ticket prices or anything like it was in the past. We're structuring it differently now. But the Heathens is my inside group. Those are my most loyal and worthy people. I love my Heathens. They're my favorite. And those are the people I've built really lifelong connections with. They have gone on to do great things. They have made a lot of money. They've gotten the best training. They've had training by me that nobody else has ever had, stuff that you won't find on Udemy or anywhere like that. So if you are interested in that, you can swing down below, put yourself on the wait list, and I will let you know more information when that becomes available or as we draw closer to that. How to survive as a freelancer in a time of crisis. That's what we're talking about today, and I do want to know, what are you doing to survive? You know, what kind of survival actions have you taken already? How are you surviving as a freelancer? Drop it in a comment below. I always want to hear that stuff from you. I love seeing the comments, and if you look back over my past few videos, I always respond to the comments as much as I can. I get in there and I try to give you a thorough response to comments. Sometimes it takes a little bit just because I'm not always right at my computer. I have other stuff going on throughout the day, but I do try and get in there and respond to you guys whenever possible. All right, now let's get into how to survive as a freelancer in a time of crisis. And really, it's not all that different from how to survive as a freelancer in general, but there are some bigger considerations, I guess. But we're in a crisis right now. The world is in crisis. We're in crisis mode, not just you, but me and everybody else, everyone all around. And everybody is dealing with this issue. And so we need to start to figure out how to survive so that we can thrive later on. So the number one consideration I have, and by the way, I have 7 tips. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but I've got 7 tips. The number one tip is don't panic. Panic is your worst enemy, and panic is going to lock you in this panic trance. It's going to lock you in this mindset of not being able to be effective as a freelancer. And you need to be effective right now. You need to be able to keep your shit together so that you can make money, so that you can protect your business, and so that you can continue to go forward. But what does panic actually look like in a time of crisis? That's something that you really need to consider. And what panic looks like, it's not like you're running around freaking out all the time. You're not freaking out. It's more of this, it's what's in the back of your mind. It's where your focus sits. It's what you are focused on. And if you are like constantly focused on the crisis and the things that are going on and all the precautions you need to take. And by the way, I'm not saying don't take precautions. That's not it at all. Do take precautions. Do the things that are being requested of you, but you need to keep your train of thought focused. Meditation might help with that for some of you. that's something I do, so you should probably give that a try. Panic is like this underlying feeling within inside you. It's a feeling within inside you, and it causes you stress, it causes you fear, it causes you worry and doubt, and all of those things consume your thoughts and they consume your energy. So if you are panicking, if you are in a state of panic, if all of your focus is on the crisis, then you're not going to be very effective as a freelancer, and you're not going to be effective in other areas of life. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, in order to help you stop panicking, stop watching the news, because the news is full of panic and fear, and that's how they make money. Their headlines are full of fear. Everything they say is fear. It's tainted by fear, and it's slanted toward fear. It's designed to invoke fear within you. If you listen to any news station, it doesn't matter. I don't have a preference. So whether it's Fox or whether it's ABC or NBC or MSNBC or CNN or whatever station it is, they all have different messages, but those messages all have similar features in that they want to invoke some kind of fear in you, and through fear they control you. They can control your thoughts. So the more afraid you are, the more you're going to panic, the more stress you're going to feel, the more you're going to focus on the negatives and trying to overcome those negatives, and you don't even have the full context. You don't have all of the information. What news stations present to you is not all of the details. They only present the details they want you to see, and so you need to go into this knowing that when you watch the news, they're presenting a biased picture, they're presenting a picture of fear, and they are doing it so that you will keep tuning in to get more information about that fear and how you can overcome it and survive it. So for that reason, I don't watch the news. Well, let me take that back. I do watch the news sometimes. Every once in a while I tune in, but I'm not glued to it every single day. You've got to step back from that because it does consume your thoughts and attention, and they use a lot of deep psychology to keep you hanging on their words. They use open loops, they use catchy headlines, they use cliffhangers, they use shock and awe and all of these different tactics to keep you glued to your screen and to keep you in a state of fear. It's a fear-induced trance, and that trance is going to allow the news stations to control your thoughts. So you need to stop watching so much news so that you can overcome panic. Tip number 3, now that you've stopped watching the news and you are not panicking as much, it's time to define your survival priorities. So what are those for you? And this kind of requires you to step back and take accountability for yourself and your individual personal life. Where, do you need money right now? Do you need food? Do you need shelter? What are the things that you need? If you need money, then do you have clients in the works? Have you been applying to gigs? Do you need to increase the amount of clients that you apply to? If you've been panicking, maybe you need to step back and refocus. Maybe you need to spend some time focusing on freelancing or focusing on getting results or focusing on different areas that are going to bring your thoughts to a different place. We need to shift your thoughts from panic to a very targeted focus on the things that you have to get done, the things that are priorities for you. So is watching the news really a priority? I mean, they kind of say the same stuff almost every single day, and it's just more fear stuff. So if you know that bad things are happening, and if you know that the news is talking about those bad things, and you know that you can't really do anything about them, so why not shift your focus to what you can do something about? Let's control what we can control. Define your survival priorities. If you need money, then your focus needs to be on applying to gigs or sending cold emails or doing client outreach, things of that nature. And if you need to improve your feedback so that you can get more clients to respond to you, let's say on Upwork, then maybe that's where your focus needs to be. You need to dial in that focus. Whatever you have to do, meditation, read some books, do some mindset work, just get yourself focused. Maybe watch some of those motivational videos that pump you up and stuff. You need to feel good. You need to change your thoughts. Get outside a little bit. Get outside in your backyard. Get some sun. Take some vitamin D. Just start to think about how you can define your priorities and shift your focus so that it's on those priorities rather than on all the stuff that the media and the government and all of these other places want you to be focused on. Tip number 4, as you've defined your priorities and you are trying to survive as a freelancer, you need to double down on your processes, whatever has worked for you in the past. This is not the time to be switching from one idea to the next. This is not the time for idea hopping. This is not the time for skill hopping. And I have a personal problem with this myself. I'm an idea hopper. I mean, I've started multiple YouTube channels and most of those didn't go anywhere. This is one of my bigger channels because this is one that I stuck with. And same goes with freelancing. When I switch skills, it's hard to build up in a new skill. It's the same with entrepreneurship or any other kind of hustle you might do. If you're constantly switching, you'd never give yourself time to build up what's actually working. So if you want to survive right now, if you want to make money as a freelancer, then you need to step back a little bit and double down on your processes that already work. So ask yourself, what skill have I sold in the past? What skill have clients paid for? What industries have paid for those skills? What kind of clients have worked with me? Or if you have some other process that's working for you that's already making you money. Let's say you freelance in a different way, like you're on ACX doing audiobooks. If you've got clients in like the romance niche or something, keep doing it. If you're making some money there, keep doing it, because you need to build up that process so that you keep making money. Double down on your processes. It's the time to do that. It's not the time to idea hop. It's not the time to skill hop. You've got to stay focused. Focus is everything here. Tip number 5 is to save whatever you can. I know a lot of you don't have a lot of money right now. A lot of you are just starting out or you're kind of broke. You need to save whatever you can. All of the fear mongering out there is going to push you toward snatching up supplies, food supplies, mask supplies, all these different types of supplies, toilet paper supplies, and you're spending extra money on these things. But you need to not do that. You need to save whatever you can, because you might need money soon. And it's getting harder and harder to make money for a lot of people. People are out of jobs. Their employers have shut down, and this may or may not be true for you, but even if it's not, all the other employers shutting down affects you, because if other employers aren't making money, then those people might be potential clients. They can't pay you now. Or if a past person who would have been a client is out of work and they don't have a way to fuel their entrepreneurial pursuits, they can't pay you. So they have no money, therefore you have no money. You need to save what you can. You need to reach out and grab onto the money and hold it within your business. You need to keep money in your business and just hold on to it for dear life. Don't spend everything you've got. Just because you make money doesn't mean spend it. Keep as much as you can. Try and build up an emergency fund, a savings, at least like $1,000, so that you have something if things really go bad, so that you have some money in your bank account, not in Upwork. Don't keep it in Upwork. Don't keep it on PayPal, but you need some money for yourself. So save whatever you can. And this may require you to actually save some before you've even paid your bills. And the thing about this is money comes and goes. If you pay yourself first, if you put that in a separate account, you can open up free bank accounts online. I have multiple bank accounts online, and I take money whenever I make money. I take a little bit of that and put it in a separate bank account where I don't even see it. I don't look at that account. It just builds up there. You have to check it every once in a while to make sure the money's still there. You never can really trust banks, but put the money somewhere where you're not going to be tempted to use it, and then use the rest, to pay your bills or to pay for the things that you need to pay for. But you need to start setting some aside, start keeping some, start holding on to some of that money in whatever way you can so that you have it when you need it most. Tip number 6 is going to be to diversify your income. And this could be your income streams, and this could also be your income from clients. So this is not idea hopping. I want to make that clear up front. I'm not talking about hopping from one idea to another to diversify. You need to have a single source of income first. You need to have money coming in so that you can survive as a freelancer, because without money, that adds a lot of stress to you. No money, can't buy food. No food, can't think about freelancing because you're in survival mode. And that's just basic Maslow's hierarchy. You put focus on your survival needs first, the food, the air, water, things like that you need to survive. And then once you get past that, you move up to the next level. So you need to keep at least one source of income coming in, whatever that is for you. If that's freelancing on Upwork with one client, if you only have one client, fine. Make sure you're keeping that client happy. But once you've got these streams, once you have at least one stream of income, now you can work to diversify your income stream. So that's, you got one client, now it's time to bring on 2 clients, and then 3 clients, and then 4 clients, and then 5 clients. And make sure you have money coming in from different sources at all times. You don't want to have just one stream of income, because just like traditional employees who are now out of work in the millions, all of a sudden, just basically overnight, just like that, they're out of work. they have no income stream. So now they have to think about, how do I get money and how do I get food? How do I get money for food? And they have to figure out all this new stuff. Like, they have to go with new systems. They have to apply, at least here in the United States, they have to apply for unemployment benefits, which could take months to get to them. Or they have to wait on a stimulus check that who knows if that's even coming. So you don't want to be stuck in that position. Keep your clients happy, or whatever money sources you've got, keep those coming in, keep that money rolling. But also, once you have that, think about, how do you diversify? Do you need more clients? How many clients do you need to ensure that you are protected if one client leaves you? I think at least 3 to 5 is a good number of clients to have, unless you have other types of income sources. Now, there are other things that you can do. You could be selling t-shirts online. I mean, if that's something that you're interested in, you could make courses online. But all of these other things take time. So that's why we need to go back to doubling down on our process first. Double down on your process, do what works, focus on that, and then figure out how to diversify what's actually working for you so that you can keep more of that money, keep more income coming in, and then just protect yourself in general in this time of both, it's a medical crisis, but it's also an economic crisis. So we need to protect our income streams, keep money coming in from different sources so that you don't slip back into states of fear and worry and panic because you're out of money or something. Last tip I've got is to join or form powerful alliances. You want to join or form powerful alliances. You want to put yourself around the kind of people who are going to support your efforts. Put yourself around the kind of people who are supportive of what you are doing, who can actually give you the help that you need. This isn't a time to turn to high-ticket courses or anything by ridiculous gurus. I seen a little bit of this yesterday. And there's this mantra out there that all the gurus preach. They're like, if you want to be the best, then you should learn from the best. And there's like this implication that they're the best. And a lot of the time, these high-ticket gurus are full of crap. They haven't done the things that you want to do. They're not in the place you want to be, but they like to make you think that by using vague language, by using different trance techniques, different cult tactics. These things all happen. They're all very common. And unfortunately, confirmation bias has a lot of people falling victim to these scams. So you, as a freelancer, if you want to survive, need to either A, join powerful alliances where you are going to be supported and where they're actually going to help you get ahead, or you need to B, form your own powerful alliances. One alliance that you can form with me at some point in the future will be our Heathens group, but we do not have that available yet. So for now, you can drop down in the description and join our Discord. That's free. You can hang out with me. You can hang out with other freelancers all day long. That's one way you can start to form a powerful network for yourself. You can be around other people who are on the same journey and who are fighting the same battle and get support from us. But you can also form your own. You can start your own Discord, you can start your own Facebook groups, however you want to do that. You can start something locally where you bring freelancers around you locally. Just make sure that whoever you're putting yourself around right now is also survival minded, that they have this same kind of mindset, that they are moving in the same direction that you want to go, and that they're not going to be counterproductive to your efforts. You do not want weakness in your groups right now. You do not want weakness surrounding you. You don't want to put yourself around that. You don't want to put yourself around panicky people, because they will project that onto you, and that's going to bring you down. It's going to destroy your efforts, and it's ultimately going to harm your empire. So be thinking about that. That's pretty much it for my tips for today, but we are going to continue talking about survival stuff. We have this whole new playlist. It's going to be just about freelance survival, and we're going to go deeper into this topic in the coming weeks. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know what survival measures you've taken, and let me know your thoughts, because again, I do want to hear from you. I love to hear from you. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Click that get notification bell if you want my notifications. I'm Lex DeVille. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.